And we are live. I think let's just wait for a couple of people to come in, and so we know that the live is actually happened. It has actually started. We'll just take a couple of seconds. Oh yes, we have people joining in. Awesome. Yes, so we are live. Okay, perfect. We just started now. Great. Ha! Hello and welcome to this live. Thank you for joining in. I'm Yash, co-founder and chief executive at Clientjoy, and today I'm joined by Anupama, co-founder and chief of products at Clientjoy. Anupama, say hello.
Yeah, hi Yash. Hi everyone. Yash, can you look at the camera, please?
It's not possible for me to look at the camera because my laptop is is over here and I have a separate sort of a camera setup, and so there was a trade-off, right? So either I could look at the camera and have a bad video, or I could have a great video but then not look at the camera and look into the laptop. So that's sort of a challenge. But for you, I can look at the camera, and this is kind of what it is. Um, so we've joined in today to talk about how to upload your documents to get them e-signed with Clientjoy. Right? This is one of the most critical steps if you've heavily designed proposals and you're creating your proposals in Canva, Illustrator, Photoshop, Figma, and a document creator is just not enough for you, right? While there are guides, tutorials, and articles to help you through the process of uploading your custom documents and get them signed in Clientjoy already, we thought it would be helpful to have a detailed video demo on that as well. So here are some of the things that we'll talk about today. Right? So Anupama will take us through uploading your documents, adding custom items like pricing tables, signature blocks, viewing the audit log, and tracking activity as well. So get ready with your questions. Right? I'm looking at the comment box like a bull looks at a red red flag. Right? It also sets up the groundwork for converting proposals into documents, so you can use it to send across your contracts, quotes, estimates, as well as proposals. But more on this later, right? Now, before we talk about uploading your docs to get them e-signed with Clientjoy, though, let's look at why we are doing this live series. One of the key things why we started this live session series was because when we were looking at our help chat and support tickets, we found that most folks had questions around things that are already possible within Clientjoy. But because the feature was not discoverable, our users were deploying some sort of inefficient workaround. We've always wanted Clientjoy to be as simple and as minimalistic as possible, but even though we try to do that, since there are over 150 features in the product, some things get lost and buried within menus. And so the goal of this live session is to share some journeys of the product that will make using Clientjoy even more blissful and efficient for you. Also, if you're new here, I recommend joining our Facebook community of about 1,500 freelancers and agency owners on facebook.com/groups/clientjoy. This community is a safe place where you can ask questions, answer other people's questions, or just share what you're going through as well. We use this space to learn about what is going on in the agency space and as a sounding board of what we should do next in the product as well. You could get software recommendations, learn industry standard best practices, and share your experiences as well. Again, the community is available at facebook.com/groups/clientjoy. Lastly, if you've been around for a while, you already know that we at Clientjoy are working at an express pace to deliver value to you. And now there's a place where you can check out those features out as well. Just head over to updates.clientjoy.io and you will see our meticulous releases along with use cases and documentation ready for you to exploit and start using within Clientjoy. Again, our update log is available at updates.clientjoy.io. Now that I'm done with my hidden agenda, let's get started with uploading documents to get them e-signed in ClientJoy and what it can do for your business. Um, but wait, before we do that, I have a short update for all of you. Just yesterday, we got G2 High Performer Fall 2022 badge. We got High Performer for Summer 2022 as well, and so this essentially makes it two in a row for us. And so all of us at ClientJoy are super excited to have your trust, criticism, opinions, and love. So keep them coming, right? Over to you, Anupama. Take it away.
Yes, okay. First of all, clap, which can be heard.
Yeah.
For thank you so much for like providing your honest feedbacks in G2. Like we like from like consecutive, the summer and fall, we are getting this award. Thank you. Uh, so yeah, okay. So I'll start as to like how. Okay, so today we are going to talk about like how can you upload your documents into ClientJoy. like if you don't want to create in Clientjoy. So we'll just look at like in what scenarios you would be actually needing that. So for example, if you are a design company, or you want to create a proposal or a document which is very design heavy, right? It could be, let's say, you are into photography, you are into some kind of invitation design, design heavy proposals you want to create. Then like you have already set processes that you would be creating that, let's say in Figma, maybe Photoshop, maybe InVision or Canva. Then it will, initially you would not want to move all of them to Clientjoy. You would want to like do it slowly, or you would want like let me create that those proposals in the existing tools, and then let me use Clientjoy only to track and for the e-signing, and for using the pricing part, where you can actually, if you use pricing of Clientjoy, then you can just convert that proposal into invoice with one click. So, so these are like, that is one scenario. Second is that you have some agreement, you have some code, maybe a contract, which you have created in some other place, and you want to just track it. Like your need is only to track it. So you can upload it in Clientjoy and just send it. So Clientjoy will tell you that like when the email was open, when the document was open. So all that information you can get, which can help you in knowing like your lead, how engaged or how active your lead is becoming in that. And third scenario could be that you recently moved to Clientjoy and you have been using some other document system, and you want to just bring all those documents to Clientjoy. So you would just come and upload all those like proposals codes, and you will map that to your leads, like relevant lead and client, and you will start creating new documents in Clientjoy. So these were some scenario which can help you identify whether you would want to use this upload document feature. Okay, so I will be showing you now how can you do that. Yes, can you share the screen? Yes. Okay. Uh, okay, so here I am on the dashboard of Clientjoy. So once you log into Clientjoy, you come to this dashboard. If you let's go. Let's say that you are creating your proposal in Canva. So I have created a sample uh, proposal in Canva using a template. So let's say that you have created in Canva. So what you need to do is that you need to download this proposal first, right? So you will just go to this share button over here. You will download. So you download it in the PDF. So that's essential part that you download in the PDF. So we allow only the PDF uploads. So I'll just download it. Okay, yeah. So the download is done. Now let me open my proposals. Sales to proposals. So currently, we are working on, renaming this proposal to docs. So soon you will be seeing documents over here instead of proposal. This video could be outdated, but just letting you know that if this will become documents. Okay, then here you can see that we have an option of uploading, right? So you can upload your proposal from here. So let's click on upload. Give it a title. Let's say for now, just for the Canva proposal. I'm writing this. Do you want to send, let's say, Randa Mifflin, let's say Stanley, let's send it to Stanley. Okay, so here is the place where you actually upload the proposal. So right now we allow only 10 MB of that size. So ensure that your PDF file is like below 10 MB. Just uploading it. Okay, yeah. So okay, now let's wait for our PDF engine to work. So it will, what we are doing right now is that we are reading the PDF file and creating a proposal from it. Let's see what it says. While it uploads here, a couple of things you should know. Okay. Okay, yes, I had zoomed it. Let me come back. Yes. Okay. We don't need zooming over here. So you can see that the Canva proposal, it's available in, it has come over here as it is. Yeah, one thing that you need to also take care is that the PDFs that you are generating or the proposals that you are creating, so that should be in the, like the portrait kind of pages, let's say A4, let's say, legal, so those kind of sizes. So we don't allow right now to use like landscape or PPT kind of uploads. So that is one thing that you will have to take care of. This is something that we will be doing, but right now it's not possible. Okay. So now, like if you want to send this proposal as it is, you can directly send it. But let's say that you want to use Clientjoy's pricing table. You have created some items in different currencies which you want to use. So what we will do is that, okay, so how it has done is that I will show you, like the PDF that you uploaded. So what we have done is that all the pages of it, so we have put it as a background of all these pages. So what does that mean is that if you want to put something on top of each page, that is possible. If you want to edit any of the content, that's not possible. I will show you what I mean by this is. Okay, so for now, let's say that, I want to add a page in between. Let me choose where to add here. So here I want to add a page, which let's say it says our pricing for you. Just make it bigger. Now I will add the pricing table. So for the design purpose, I created this in Canva, but for the real business, right? I'm using Canva right now. It's something that Canva. Okay, so I created a pricing table. This is what I want to send as a deal to my lead. Let's say that I want to offer some discount. So these are some of the things for which you need a proposal or code type of a tool, right? This is something that you cannot do in Figma, you cannot do in Canva. You can see. Now, let's say that I want to add some terms. Let's add it. Some terms, I cannot think of any terms. I'll just put it all in some for now. Sorry for that. Okay, yeah. And the price is that if you want this document, like suppose it's an agreement or contract, you want it to like signing to happen in Clientjoy, right? So you can just add a signature place and here we are. It's good to go. Okay, now this page looks very different from your whole proposal, right? So that's something that you must be thinking, oh no. So let me try to come closer to it. So what I will do is that I will change
It
the
looks
page
like a
background
patchwork
to,
as of now.
yeah. So you can try to be little closer. You can try to reach little closer. So with it, so what you can do is that you can add a background image to this page, which does not have. So you can just export one of the pages without the content, like as an image from Canva. and just add that as a background image over here. Then also it will come into shape. For now, I will just use a color which might be a little closer, right, to it. It's not close, but you can use the specific color that is present in your brand guideline. With the table also, what I will do is, just a second, I will try to customize it in such a way that it is similar to my guideline. So I will just make it a little thinner. Okay, so one thing that we allow in Clientjoy table is that you can actually decide the colors for the rows, right? Uh, and like we also allow like alternate styling of those rows. So let's say that you want to make it a little bit like this. Okay, and you want to, let's say, I think this is good. If you want to, change the font size of your items, that you can do. So try to come as close as possible. The goal is that. And here we are ready to send it. Okay, so we'll just send it. Okay, before that, I will show you one more thing. So let's say this here in this case that I created a whole new page. But if you have created a page and you have, let's say, kept the space for signature, then what will you do is, let me take a page which does not have content in the below. All right, look ugly. Let's use this page for now. Okay, so let's say that this image, this is the last page, and you want to add a signature over here. So what you can do is that you just go on the top, add a empty text element. Yes, here it is, and just do a like bring your cursor to the bottom of the page or middle of the page, wherever you want to add a text, image, signature, pricing table. This is kind of a spacer that I'm creating. So let's say that I brought it till this page, and now I want to add a signature. I will go here and place the signature here. Okay, so I think I brought it very low. I'll just again use the backspace to decrease the height of the page, and you can place it at the place where you, right now it's image, so I'm sorry for that, but you get the idea, right? That you will be able to actually, if like put the signature or other elements in between these pages as well. Okay, now I will just send this. Okay, so I'm sending it to Stanley, so your template will auto load over here. Send. Check the email. So I'm using a fake email right now. Let's wait for it to come.
So
It's the
live and a
page.
screen share and everything. So
It's actually the mail later. It's loading. It doesn't happen that way. Let me change it to some other email. It has come. Like it. Yeah. Okay. Just open this. This is the one that we created right now. You open it. So you are using it for tracking, right? So your lead opened the email and they open the proposal. It's the internet or what? I think it's the
So
internet.
for
Maybe
people
network
who
also.
are for people who are wondering why is it taking so much amount of time, I should share that it's not Clientjoy. It's the internet connection that we've got because we are live with 1080p on a little old. So Anupama specifically is live on an older machine,
Yeah,
and see, she's also sharing the screen and she's doing all of those things at once, right? And so that's primarily the reason why it's taking a little longer than what we would typically
it
anticipate,
doesn't. It doesn't take otherwise. Yeah.
but it's coming
Okay.
around, it's coming around, right? So it's fighting its way back and it's somehow making it. And so this is, so the way that it is loading right now, right, it reminds me of that blissful time, back in the 1990s, right,
Oh
or
my god.
2000s, when you would go and you'd have a CRT sort of a monitor and you would sit in front of it and then it will slowly load the, like
Yeah,
the
yeah. The
like the
screen
web
loads
page.
like that whenever you're scrolling
Yeah,
the
this
page.
yeah, the screen would load like one section after the other section, and so yeah.
And it's done.
Oh wow.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. So at this point, you will get a notification in your on your phone, on your watch, if your notification is configured, on your email, so you can know that your lead has actually accepted the proposal and it's time to celebrate. So let's see if what it shows here. So the whole purpose was to like bring the document and use
Hmm.
Clientjoy just for tracking it. So we will just show you that the audit log will also show it.
And we will show that to
Okay, till
you.
the
uh,
yeah,
it will
till the time
take
it's
some time, but
happening. Till the time it's happening. Okay, so I want to know that if are you facing any like are you able to see this live well, or you are seeing any like breaking video or breaking like my voice is breaking. So let me know in comment as well. So today actually we have also tried using a new tool. So if you are facing any issues with the live, just let us know in the comments.
so I'll tell
Okay,
you what. So I
so
do have some comments over here, and there's good news and there's bad news. Which one would you like to have first, Anupama?
good.
The good news first. Okay, so the good news is that the live is super smooth, right? And
Okay.
everyone's able to hear us and everyone's able to see, and everything is completely fine. Now, would you like to hear the bad news?
Tell me.
The bad news is that it's not streaming in our community. So it's
Oh
only
shit. Oh,
so
oh, that's
it's only
bad.
streaming. Yeah, it's only streaming on our page and YouTube and LinkedIn. And for some
So
or the
let's
other
let's
reason,
put
I
a
don't
post
know.
on the community with that link, na? That page or
Yeah, we'll
like
do
the
something
YouTube.
about it. No, no, we'll post a recorded version of this in the
Okay.
community. That's something that we'll do for sure. But I just realized that it's not showing up in the community because see the community that we have, the 1,500 people that are a part of that. There are some usual suspects, right? So there are some people who love Clientjoy and who love interacting with the lives that we do, and they comment on that, and they kind of ask questions and stuff like that. And I was essentially looking at the questions and the people who are asking the questions, and I couldn't find those usual
Question.
suspects in the comment box. And so I was like, hey, why? I mean, these people, these lovely folks, love engaging with us, and I love engaging with them back as well. But they're not showing up, and that's kind of when I like opened the community, went through it, and it just says that the stream will begin soon. It has not yet started, right? And so so that's what
So
it
this
says
this
over
happens
there.
with us. This happens with us as well. So we know that it happens with all of you. So whenever you are doing a tool change, you're jumping and trying a new tool. So some things that you were doing earlier, you sometimes like
The
one of
break.
them gets missing, they break. These kind of things happen. So
Yeah.
that's why we also understand, like if you are shifting to Clientjoy, if you're migrating to Clientjoy, there could
Nothing
be some
breaks.
things.
If you're migrating to Clientjoy, nothing will break.
No,
I
no, that's where we are. So we come and help you. Like we are there to actually support you. That like then nothing
yeah,
breaks. So that's where
yeah,
we come in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have, by the
Okay.
way, there's an internal kind of a competition that's happening between the product team and the customer success team, right? So we have good reviews coming in on our Trustpilot, on our G2, on our Capterra and stuff like that from all the people who love using ClientJoy and engaging with us. And there's sort of an internal competition between the product team and the customer success team where they actually want to know how many people love ClientJoy for the customer success and how many people love ClientJoy for the product. And so, and so we've got really good support as well, apart from having a good product. So if you have any questions, concerns, you are able to see the chat icon in the bottom right of Anupama's screen. Just use that, hit us up, and we'd be happy to resolve that for you as quickly as we can. But yes, Anupama, so it looks like the audit trail has loaded over here. And we missed out on the confetti animations because we were talking about the good news and bad news of how well it is streaming and it is not streaming in certain places. But please take it away.
Yes. Okay. Um, okay. So you can see that the Stanley opened it from Ahmedabad and not Scranton. So you can think that it was he must be using some VPN maybe. Uh, okay, so you can see that like the tracking happened over here. Also, the notifications I got on the dashboard. Also, on the recently it's chart. Sorry, like that chart or what I say card. You will see that it will tell that Stanley opened the proposal or Stanley accepted the
You
proposal.
have designed it along with Faizan. Faizan and you have designed that whatever it is that you are not able to call it. You sat and you essentially worked on that in terms of how to show the information, and then you don't know what to call it. What do you typically call it? Like, what's the naming convention?
Yeah, last time, when I used the terms that we use, you were like, that's a very technical word. You have to use the terms which people understand. So that's why I was just thinking, like, if I say, like, it is a dashboard, then it is supposed to be a chart, but it is not a chart, right?
Yeah, it's a
But because
card.
yeah, it's a card. So that's what I said, like, it's a card.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, sure.
yeah.
We'll
And
go ahead
we
with
also
card.
call it card. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. So next thing is that so one of the thing that is also like why you should actually use a proposal system or templatized system rather than creating like these documents in Canva. Unless it is absolutely necessary, is that the dynamic field. So, for example, you can see that the date that is coming over here, the company name that is coming over here. Every time you are creating a new like proposal code, you have to go and replace them. But instead, if you are using an engine Canva's proposal, what happens is you just create a template once with the dynamic fields or the merge fields that we call it, and we automatically take all these details from your leads, your clients. So there you can avoid the mistakes of copy paste or doing that. But if it is absolutely necessary, like design, so we have got some like web design agencies using Canva. For design is the must element for them, so then it works. Okay, so one more
All
thing,
right.
like there is one more way, like that kind of a hack kind of a way, which can also help you in bringing your like documents or from your design tools to client tools. So I want to just tell you that quickly as well. Yes, you were saying something.
No, I have a few questions for you, but please go ahead, and then I'll ask those questions.
Okay, sure. Okay, so let's say that you are using a tool, could be a Figma. I'll just show you, and this is what you have created. This kind of a proposal, which all these pages. So when
Oh
you will
wow.
export, yeah. So when you will export this pages, what can happen is that uh, in some cases you might get what each page as an image only. So you this allow you to export in a JPG format only, like PDF is not allowed. So Figma allows PDF, I know that, but I'm just giving you an example that Like if you are getting the option only to download a JPG or
nobody's
image,
nobody's doubting your knowledge of Figma. But
like just
please
it's
carry on.
with designers, like the people who use Figma, they will have this question in their mind, like okay,
Correct.
but Figma allows
Correct.
PDF, so that it was
Correct.
answer for them only.
Sure.
Not for others. Yeah. So if you want to do it that way, so you just export it, and let's say this is of 8 pages, then 8 images you will get. So here you can bring this to Clientjoy as well. So I'll just show you how. Let's create a new proposal directly, and let's give it a name that I'm just giving from Figma proposal. And let's say this time we send it to B. This is something that one of our we were like, this is something that one of our user taught us, like this is how I am doing it in Clientjoy. So every time I'm talking about this, I always mention this. Okay. So what is like, it's a blank proposal that you use. So what you do is that, let's say you go to, what I will do is that I will set that image as the background of this page manually, each like on page by page. So I will go to this page setting from here and add a background image, just upload it. And this is the 0th page. I just bring it in. Save it. So this is how it's coming. Next page. Same thing you have to do. Just go to here, page settings, add image. Go to page number 1. Save it. So this is also how you can actually bring your proposal from a design tool through images. Okay. And the sending part and that like that I already covered, so that stays same. Okay, so this was the actually the last part of the demo. So now we can take questions, Yash.
Awesome. Great to see this here. This is primarily the last bit that you showed us right over here. It essentially shows how can you make it more difficult for you, and how can you make things more manual for you. So we've got engineers who essentially wrote code to convert all PDF pages into images and then add them as backgrounds, and essentially so that you can send out heavily designed proposals from Clientjoy as well. However, if you're a big fan of doing things manually, right? If you if you want to do that whole process manually, if you have a 25-page proposal and you want to go to each page and do that, then you can go ahead and do it this way as well. And so that kind of goes on to show that
So
we
one of
at
one of the
Clientjoy.
thing, yeah, one of the use case of this is also like sometimes what happens is like you want to create all your pages in Clientjoy, but the cover page you want to be just like imported like this. Maybe the
Correct.
like so 1 or 2 pages if you just want to bring in, and rest you want to create in Clientjoy. This is also how we can do. This is where this comes becomes easier.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so this also has a use case in scenarios where let's say I want each page to have a small, like a flurry as a header and a footer,
Yeah.
right? And so
Yes.
so what I could do is I could go to Canva and then I could design like an A4 document that's 90% empty in the middle, and just at the top and at the bottom I can add like some design elements of my organization, and then I can add those as backgrounds to each page and then just duplicate that and then write my proposal content on top of it, right? And
That's a
so
very good
uh,
idea. And so you can use your merge fields as well. So the text part you leave
yeah,
empty, you create space
correct,
for text part and
correct,
write that text part in Clientjoy, and you just use
correct.
your graphic and images and bring it as image. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do that as well. So I think this has been helpful. The couple of questions that I have in chat for you that people have been asking is that when is the landscape mode for this coming in? Like
That's
there are
true.
people who would design their, so the people, the reason why I think, and this is just me extrapolating on that, I think there's more meat over here to sort of dig into. The reason why landscape mode might be important for us to bring is primarily because the people who are fairly design centric, right? People who want to send out heavily designed proposals, they're also nitpicky about everything, right? They're nitpicky about the dimensions. They're nitpicky about, like, each and every page has to be pixel perfect and has to look the way that they want it to look, and stuff like that. And so I don't think this is a very unfair ask, right? But so what are your thoughts on that?
That's true. So one of the, like let's say if you are into design and you like user experience matters a lot, then what you would want
Yeah,
is that like on one scroll the your lead should be able to see everything. Like if you are generally,
yeah,
having a page, then it has to like 1.5 scroll comes by default. So we
yeah.
understand that that landscape is very important. It's something that we have planned and in the next few versions of proposals. But again, like I seriously, I don't have any timeline for that right now.
Got it. Understood. So the next question that I have is that, are the uploaded proposals, if they are done in A4, are the uploaded proposals also mobile responsive?
When yes, yes, so proposals in client, so the content will remain same. So that is one thing that you have to understand. Like so the content organization will not happen, but the pages and the whole layout. So whenever you're sending your proposal by email, if somebody is opening in the email, it is mobile responsive.
Okay, so exactly the way that it would be opened like an attachment in, let's say, Gmail or Outlook or whatever the case may be. Exactly the
Yes,
same way it will also open if they click on the link and then they go to the Chrome browser, and then they'll
yes,
be able to see the proposal, and they'll be able to
yes.
sign. So let's say if I've added the signature blocks and everything, then they'll also be able to sign and everything like that, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So that's true for all your public pages of Clientjoy, be it invoices, be it our whole client portal, be it proposal. So anything that you are sending to your client or your leads will be mobile responsive.
Got it. Here's the another question that we have is that, why will I add pricing table if I'm uploading it from, let's say, Canva as an example? Then I've already created everything in Canva. Why should I upload that in Clientjoy and then add up? So I get the point of uploading it from Clientjoy and then sending it out so that you can track it and then you can follow up and you can do all of those things, right? And so that is useful. But why should I add pricing table also within Clientjoy?
Yeah. So why you would do is that because let's say that, so there is one thing that you would do, always be doing the manual calculation is we have to update that. So if whenever you are creating a proposal, what happens is the part which is about your company, about like your team, the terms, there is a lot of part which stays same. What generally changes is your merge fees or your pricing, right? So let's say that you are having some negotiation with your lead, and there is a discount that you have to offer, or maybe you have to add one more thing. Like you were offering like two or three services, but they ended up saying that I need these four or five, right? A good scenario. Uh, so you would need to do these frequent updates, right? And so that will be very like if you are doing it in Canva or a, a tool which is not designed for these things, what will happen, you have to do a lot of to and fro, and every time you are
Mhm.
doing your calculation in some other tool, and then copy pasting that numbers over here, which can sometimes invite some errors, right? So if you are using pricing table of Clientjoy, one thing is that you have all your rates set in multiple currencies as well. So for
Mhm.
example, like for the same service, you are providing different rates in each currency, and you are dealing with leads with multiple again geographies or currency. So as soon as you choose your lead, like we see like what is the currency that you are dealing with with this lead, and we fetch only that rate for you. right? Your taxes, that calculation. So all those things happen automatically, and like it is very like here there is no chance of human error possible. One thing is that. Second is that if you want to, like know that how, like what is the amount of proposals that you have already signed, or you are expecting in your sales pipeline, or how much business you are going to do next month. So there you need all these numbers adding up, right? So
Correct.
if you're using a normal table, right? This becomes part of the proposal content. Like it's like a text, right? Or like the whole engine of Clientjoy's proposal cannot read that, right? So if you're using pricing table, our system exactly know that how much is this proposals worth of, and how much did you close in the proposals, and all those information we show to you on your dashboard in your weekly reports. So you will be missing on these all this aspect of Clientjoy if you will not be using the pricing table of Clientjoy. Another thing is that you will be, like if you close this link and you want to just send them an invoice. So you know that in Clientjoy it's possible in just one link. You open the proposal, click on convert to invoice, and the invoice is ready to be sent. So that will also not be possible, right? Because your proposal does not have a pricing table which Clientjoy understands. So, like these are some of the reasons that you should use Clientjoy's pricing table. Try to do that. I would, recommend that, unless like the design is the only thing that is stopping you or anything else.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, that's fairly comprehensive answer. I actually picked up on a term that you used again, and I'm so sorry for being picky. I remember that when I was doing my engineering, we had a professor who was taking computer science for us, like computer science for beginners, right? Coding for beginners, and he would always call the computer, like he would always call the computer or any software, anything like that. He would just call it system, right? And so instead of calling it like what it was, so instead of calling it a laptop, or instead of calling it a desktop, or instead of calling it a platform, he had this generic word for everything, and he just call everything a system. Now, it is not a flattering fact to know that at the time he used to be 55, and 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 you just hearing you refer to Clientjoy as system kind of brought back those memories. So Clientjoy is not a system, people. Clientjoy is a platform, and that's kind of what it is. But thank you, yeah. That I think makes a lot of sense. Right? And so awesome. That's pretty much it. We have some more questions, but they are versions of this, and I think we've already answered those. And so thank you everyone for joining in. It was a pleasure doing this live for all of you guys. Sorry, community people, that we thought that we'd scheduled a live, but for some or the other reason we were not able to get there. We'll be posting a recording of this in the community as well, as soon as this is done processing. But thank you everyone for joining in, and see you next time when we'll talk about another thing that you could do within Clientjoy that will help you make the system a lot better for you, a lot more efficient for you, and a lot more blissful for you. Until next time, may you have a healthier business and may you have happier clients. Bye bye.
Yes. Thank you.